Good morning, world. Okay, here is 27 of 30 bits of bravery. Today, I'd like to share a story that happened 20 something years ago, just about 20 years ago. It would have been Christmas of 20, 2007, I guess. Hmm, now I'm not sure about the dates. Okay, here's the deal. No, 90, 97, 97, 20 years. Sorry, my math on live is failing me. So here's what happened. My mother-in-law at the time, she asked me to read a poem that she had written for my husband's grandmother at the annual Christmas party. Seems like no big deal, right? The family had gotten together and we'd all pitched in a little bit of money to buy Grandmama a new mattress. Hers had been how many years old and what quality it was, who knew? So we were purchasing her a very nice mattress for her gift. And so Judy wrote a poem to honor Grandmama. And she asked me around Thanksgiving time if I would read this poem. And my first thought was no. And I told her, no, Judy, I'm not going to read this poem. I turn 1,000 shades of red. She said, but Donna, you have a lovely voice. I would love for you to read it to her. And so I started thinking of all that Judy does for us. You know, she put on these amazing family functions for us all throughout the year. She babysat the children for us. So I started thinking, oh, she's asking me to do this one small thing. How could I say no? So I said, okay, I'll do it. And for 3 weeks, I was anxious. I was in panic mode because I don't talk in front of people. At least I didn't back then. I was very shy. I was one of those people that didn't speak up in a group. I was one of those people that when I was having a one-on-one conversation with people, rarely spoke. And it's funny because I learned that that's how you become identified as a great conversationalist, is if you don't speak. If you just listen to the other person, they think, that Donna, you know, she's a great conversationalist. She's a great talker. No, all I did was listen. But anyway, back to the story. So for weeks, I was suffering anxiety. My stomach was roiling. And the day of the Christmas party, I walked into her home and I pulled her aside and I said, Judy, I can't read this poem. And she said, Donna, why? I said, Judy, I can't. I have been stressing over this for weeks. I've been losing sleep over this. She said, okay, I'll just read it myself. And I look around and I see this house that is decorated, to the hilt with all of these beautiful Christmas decorations. I look at the tree and it's exploding with gifts for everyone in the family. I look in the kitchen and I see all of the food that she has spent this time preparing. And here I am saying, I can't read a poem in front of the family. So I felt like this big, okay, maybe like this big. So I said, okay, Judy, I'll read it. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. I never saw the poem before she handed it to me to read it. We were all gathered around in the living room. People were standing, some were sitting, children were on the floor. Grandmama was sitting in kind of a wing chair, and Judy handed me the poem to be read. Now this poem, oh, I should have grabbed something. So this poem was on a couple of pieces of paper, and it was probably like 10 font size. And it was very small. And I'm taking it, and my hands are shaking. Excuse me. I'm sitting on the couch, kind of sunk in between a couple of people. My hands are shaking. The font is small. I'm trying to focus on reading it. And I started reading it. And Judy says, Donna, stand up so everyone can see you. Really? You're going to make me stand for this? What was I supposed to do? I wanted to go running and screaming from the room, but instead I just stood up, held the paper, shaking paper, small font. My voice was cracking and shaking. I read the poem, got through it. When it was over, everyone rushed over to Grandmama to tell her how much they loved her, to wish her a Merry Christmas and to honor her the way that she needed to be honored, the way that she deserved to be honored. This woman was a lovely, lovely woman. As soon as there was a clear path, which took, seconds, I headed right into the bathroom. I broke down. I was so embarrassed. I could feel how hot my face was. I could look in the mirror and see how flushed it was. It was brilliant red. And I, doused my face with water trying to cool it down, and I just cried. And I don't cry pretty. The blotchy skin. And I stayed in the bathroom for quite a long time, and hopefully no one needed it. Luckily, they had another one. When I walked out, no one said a word. No one said a word. And I was feeling so uncomfortable, so distressed, so humiliated, because I knew that I was shaking. I was visibly shaking. I knew that my face was red. I knew my voice was shaking. And I was so focused on myself. No one said a word. And that was good, because I think I would have broken down and cried if someone had said, "Oh, Donna, nice reading," because I wouldn't have felt that it could be sincere. Now, the magic of this event, because after I came out of the bathroom, I finally had a chance to go over and talk with Grandmama. And even she didn't say anything about the way that I read the poem. I don't know that she actually could hear how I read the poem. But the day ended, and I went home, and my husband, Jerry, he supported me, and he said it was fine. You're making a big thing out of nothing. You did fine. But it stuck with me. The discomfort, the embarrassment, the humiliation that I felt stuck with me. And so what I did was I went online and I Googled, I don't know if Google was around at that time, but I did a search for public speaking training. And it was a couple of months later, March of '98, that I joined Toastmasters, which is a public speaking and leadership training program. And that changed my world. And that would not have happened if Judy had not invited me to read this poem at the family Christmas party. And to do that, it took more than just a little bit of courage. It took a ton of courage. I had no voice at that time in my life. And now, as Earl will say frequently, I don't shut up. Well, I don't talk all that much, but I get on video or I do my podcast and he'll say, "You spoke more words in those than you say all day to me." It's just the nature of who I am. So that was a life-changing bit of bravery for me. When I wanted to scream from the house, running and saying, "No, no, 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 I can't do this." The love and support that she had provided, that Judy had provided in other areas of my life, reined me in, called me to suck it up and just do it to the best of my ability. And that's what I did. And then I moved forward with another bit of bravery to actually develop the skill that had been lacking in my life. So if someone invites you to do something that makes you want to go screaming from the room, today I encourage you, I challenge you, say yes. Deal with and live with those uncomfortable feelings, survive the event, and then learn how you can move forward in a stronger capacity. So that's today's bit of bravery. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you'll share it with your friends. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.